Good morning. Turn these on. Hope everyone's doing well. Go through some of our yoga progressions. We'll hop on a treadmill, get some cardio, and see where we are from there. We've done some really solid lifting this week, so I'm cognizant of that. I want to make sure we focus on a little bit more stretching and cardio today. When I say cardio, I really mean running. I should say that because the way we exercise is always cardio. We don't take breaks, so it's always a cardiovascular workout. One of the advantages of not taking breaks. Let's turn it back. Child's pose. Really try to let your butt sink between your hips. You see how I've got the bottom of my hands on the ground? It helps give it a little pull from the top, really stretching out my upper back. Really stretching out my upper back, if you couldn't hear me. Let's come up. Pedaling our feet. This angle might be a little better. Easy way to stretch out the calves. Oh, baby. Elbow to knee. Step through. Coming back center. What's up, Florida Nightmare? My guy. Florida Nightmare, are you in Florida? Taking a wild guess there. And do you have nightmares? I was really tired, but I actually woke up to my alarm today at 5. And it took me like an hour between getting up, getting dressed, making my bed, having a little tote, and getting my ass in the gym like I do every day. Dip. I mean, plank. On our butts, pretzel stretch. Fort Lauderdale. Tell you what, Florida Nightmare. One day, maybe even this winter, and I'll say this to anyone in the chat, Frank is going to go visit his parents for Christmas on like the 22nd. It was actually really funny. When he revealed it to me that he was going for like a week, my eyes lit up and I said, I could go somewhere warm. And he immediately looked really sad, like he wanted to come. And I was like, Frank, you're going away. I want to take advantage of it by myself. And he understood. So anyways, Fort Lauderdale, I'd like to go somewhere that's not super crowded, that's sunny, preferably within distance of a beach that's not, again, crowded. And then I need to have people there I know, especially if it's in a state where certain types of flowers are illegal. I need to know people there. Oh my God, Florida Nightmare. That's an incredible comment that I will not read out loud. It's one good stretch. I can't even remember any names. Pigeon pose. What you're watching right now is a man with nothing left mentally going through muscle memory exercises to warm up. I'm really not even mentally here yet. I'm just right now going off of muscle memory. Hey, Florida Nightmare, if I do a dead hang pre-run, you down to time me? 40 left. Don't wait till New Year to start exercising. It's when all the gyms get crowded and you get demoralized even more easily. Waiting for machines and shit. In the cold. Now is the time. Holiday weight is a myth for laziness. To enable laziness. Path of least resistance. Said it to Frank yesterday. People were like, oh, it's hard not to eat poorly during the holidays. I always argue, what the fuck are you talking about? I mean, even if you have big, fantastic, crazy, over-the-top celebrations for Thanksgiving or Hanukkah or Christmas, it does not mean you need to eat like shit for 2 months. What are we doing? Come on, guys. Enjoy the holidays, have your cheat day, but the holidays are not 2 months. I'm sorry. Hate to be the Grinch here. Holidays are the days that are actually the days. Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that kind of shit. All right. Some yoga done. 100 crunches done. Still trying to get my engines fired up. Wiggle out the arms, touch the toes. Left hand down, right hand up. Slight bend in the left knee. Right leg is straight. Helping opening up the back. Go the other way. Now when you come up, make sure you roll up slowly. Make sure you can feel your balance. You're not lightheaded. For some people with blood pressure issues, if you get up really quickly, it can make you faint. It can be dangerous. So let's make sure we're cognizant of our body. We're feeling that. Going into our balance. What I would really like to do is offer, my warm up, my 15 minutes or so of yoga. I could tailor it, tweak it a little bit. But I would love to offer it to all Barstool employees, almost like a standing Zoom meeting that you could just join if you want with no pressure. I could offer it every day, and then if people join, they join, and if they don't, there's no pressure. And you can see all different kinds of Barstool characters pop up on this on random days. And who knows, maybe one or two end up becoming regulars. Maybe the people you would think would be regulars only come once. Maybe the people you thought would only come once become regulars. I think it could be a really fun idea. I don't really see where there's any downside to it. All right, picking one leg up, bending down. This is similar in a way to the pigeon pose, except obviously you're going to rely more on balance while you open up this hip. Come up. Pulling up the left leg and just lowering. All right, we're starting to loosen up here. Another one on days when I'm tired that I like to do for my arms are just the little circles, starting with the small circles. And then we get them bigger, big wide circles, going backward. And then pause, mini going forward, big going forward. And just really loosening up the shoulders, the back, the joints, without putting too much strain on them. Now we're going to come backward again, right arm first. And we're going to go left arm. Both arms again, first backward, and then forward. If you really see the range of motion here, you actually get a nice little burn in your shoulders. It really warms you up. All right. Stopwatch is always handy. My guy, Florida Nightmare. All right, work our 10s. I'll just side to side twists. Yeah, I agree, Florida Nightmare. Sorry, just reading that comment. Waiting until New Year to start a new initiative is the natural thing to do. And I don't even discourage that in spirit. I understand, new beginnings, blah, 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 American Pie. But the sneaky smart thing to do is go ahead and wait to tell people about your New Year's resolution. But start working on it now so you have a 3-week head start. You actually know that you're going to follow through with what you're talking about. And you're going to be, from an exercise perspective, I've always said it's 6 weeks is that mark where you feel and see remarkable differences if you're disciplined and doing stuff every day the right way. So if you start today, you'll be halfway to the 6-week mark. Even more when you're, quote, starting your New Year's resolution. I'm sorry, you'll be way more than 3 weeks. You're going to be closing in on the 6 weeks. So you're basically starting at a new level of strength. All right. Florida Nightmare, you don't need to hold the stopwatch yet. What we're going to do is get a little jog in. I'm going to see how the old shoulders feel, and then we're going to look at a dead hang. Dave K., I don't even know about making it to Valentine's Day. I don't think most New Year's resolutions make it to February. And even if they're still alive in February, you're probably not you're right at the point of about to quit. So whatever you're doing it with a lot less gusto. First 3 weeks of exercise, you're not going to see or feel huge results unless you're doing it in a kind of crazy, unhealthy way. 6 weeks, though, you really start to. So if you keep your mouth shut, and then the holidays come around, late December, and you start telling people, oh, I started exercising, it's going to feel really good when it's like January 1st, and you're already 6-7 weeks in, you've already lost weight, your body composition's already changing. Meanwhile, the other people that are getting started are still fighting the initial mental hurdles. So get started now, guys. Get started now. You can see when I'm a little more tired, disoriented, get through my stretch more quickly, and I get on the treadmill. Really try to get the blood flowing, get the endorphins released. Come on, boys. Let's get a little life in us. Listening to Chris Cornell, I Am the Highway. Drive by Incubus. Shout out Incubus. Come on. Get the mind right. Get the body right. Get the spirit up. Spirit up. It's our energy. We can channel it. We can control it. We can use it. We do not let our energy use us, sap us. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Shout out to Spider. Saw him in the New York office yesterday. Good dude. Good fucking dude. If you ever watch my Rough and Rowdy fight, one of the funniest pieces of commentary, Dave and Big Cat don't really know who I am at that point. They just know I'm the weirdo that follows straight around. And I'm not on payroll. I wasn't an employee. I offered to fight 48 hours in advance while smoking a spliff on my roof, thinking it would show Big Cat how I'm willing to do anything, but logically it would never work out. Fast forward 48 hours. DMX music hits, so I'm coming out to fight. When I got in the ring, it's hard to explain the sensation of getting into a boxing ring with absolutely no experience, with DMX blasting, wanting to work at Barstool, with Frank the Tank in your corner, Dave, Big Cat, Robbie Fox commentating. I got in the ring, everything was not overwhelming, I would say it was immersive. I could feel the moment I was in, which is very rare in life. You normally don't realize you had a moment until the moment's gone. Every once in a while, when you're in the moment, you know this is a fucking moment. The last thing I did before the bell rang, and I made the decision to go forward and not bitch out, just something people don't think about, but every fight you ever watch, when that bell rings, both fighters always have a choice. When they go in the middle, that's how you know they're a fucking fighter. Right before that, I'll never forget, for some reason, Spider was across the ring with the camera up on his shoulder, so you could hardly even see Spider. But I saw him.
He's been nice to me even though I wasn't hired yet. So I walked over across the ring and I pounded him. And Portnoy didn't really understand how I even fucking knew who Spider was. He goes, well, Jenks just dapped up the cameraman. And then the fight started. In that last moment, I knocked up Spider. I think you could see in my body language, in my brain, in my heart, I had made this total switch toward irrational confidence, which is the only way to enter a fight. You gotta believe you're gonna fucking win or else you don't belong in the fight. It wasn't even that I knew I would win, because I've never been in a fight. But when my best friends called me the night before, the two that I'd seen fight my whole life, scrappers, strides, we used to call them. They were both so calm on the phone, just like they used to be right before a fight. Ryan told me, Jenksy, we've protected you for years. But don't underestimate how dangerous you are. Because that dude's gonna find out tomorrow. Everybody else was getting me these texts saying things like, be careful, don't get hurt. Even like Stephen Che, who I love. Are you sure it's a good idea, buddy? I don't want you to get hurt. Someone you know is going into a fight, you just tell him knock the fucking guy out. That's all he wants to hear. Everything else is unhelpful, especially don't get hurt. Going into a fight, man. Of course I might get hurt. Ryan told me don't forget how dangerous you are. Chase, who's a big, bald powerhouse of a dude, who's our middle linebacker, our face-off man, fullback, used to just hit people. Sports, playgrounds, bars, through our whole evolution. And he actually hit it even more on the head. He goes, Jenksy, they'll call me Jenksy. Jenksy, this is what's going to happen. If you watch the fight, this is literally exactly what happens. So you've never been in a fight. You're not going to know what to do. But once he comes at you and he starts trying to hit you, and you feel one of the gloves land somewhere on your body or on your hands, because your hands are up, it's going to feel like an annoying mosquito. And once that first hit lands, that doesn't actually hurt you, it just pisses you off, he goes, then you're going to fucking kill him. It's the 15-second mark of the fight. It happens very quickly. And Chase's words were in my fucking head. So he was coming at me. My hands are up. I have no idea what I'm doing. But I just want to feel his power. I want to feel his coordination. Which I think boxers, real boxers do, but with proper footwork and obviously not just letting the person start railing on him. And Owen, whichever Abel, starts throwing punches. Kind of landing them, but they're not really hurting me. But by that third one, in quick succession, you hear a big cat. Listen very carefully in the commentary. He just goes, oh no. Because he sees me kind of, it almost looks like I'm just cowering. Looks like I don't want to be there. But I got Chase in my head. Let him hit you a little bit. Feel it. Get that mosquito bite. It's going to trigger your ass. So my boys back home know I'm a lunatic. They just never let me fight because that was their job. And then after the big cat, oh no, you hear Portnoy. Jenks with his first punch. Jenks! And then, and lay him out. And then for the next 2 minutes of the fight, which is the rest of the fight, Dave is accusing me of being a secret boxer, which is the greatest compliment ever. But any real boxer that looks at my footwork and even the fact that I had a hair bun with one little tiny little thing that was almost fully busted when I was in the corner after the first round, and then busted about 30 seconds into the second round. So I knocked the guy out with a mop over my head. I couldn't see, so I just went fight or flight. Started swinging as hard as I could, bobbing and weaving, doing my best Tyson. And a right connected my weaker hand. My left almost connected too when he was already out cold falling. Oh, the memories. It's one of the greatest things, like personally. As a man, I say as a man because I can't speak on behalf of others, but as a man, there is always part of you that wonders, how would I handle myself in a combat situation? Most guys get into a fight or two growing up, but I'll tell you, and I didn't because I had such good, my buddies were such wonderful. Going into an arena with a scheduled fight, you have to wait for, you have to weigh in, you have to stand toe to toe with that person, look them in the fucking eye, take an interview, want to show confidence, maybe you want to intimidate the other person. Best case scenario, it makes no difference to you because you're just so locked in on the fight. But it's a lot, man. Professional fighters, men and women, are absolute animals. I mean, that's the best way I can put it. They make my daily workouts look like the warm-up. I also don't know of any other kind of profession where you can get knocked out in the middle of an arena and feel like your whole career has been completely derailed, and then have the opportunity to go back into the octagon or the boxing ring, whatever the case is. Fight again. Meaning, getting knocked out sucks, I'm sure. Some of these guys come back and then go on a winning streak. Can you imagine the resilience, the fortitude to get your ass kicked, get back in the gym, get your mind right, and then come back? Just come back and fight well, much less come back and dominate. I'll always remember when Ronda Rousey first lost. I don't think she ever really came back. I mean, she fought again, but she was never dominant again. It's also one of the reasons I don't think, for all the stuff people break down about Michael Jordan, I think the thing they don't respect enough is he defended his NBA championship in 92, 93. So it's back-to-back defenses. It's 3 titles in a row. He retired. He came back late in 95. They did lose, but he wasn't in full basketball shape yet. He played 13 regular season games before the playoffs after training for baseball for a year and a half. Anybody would tell you that's not you at your best. So then he got it to his best. And that led to 96. Greatest team of all time, 72 and 10 plus a ring. And defended again 97, defended again, 98. So obviously not combat sports. In those last years, Jordan always played 80 plus games. Should have won all the MVPs. Won 2 out of 3 and 3 out of 3 finals. And in some ways you could really say, if you didn't retire in 93, I think you'd be hard pressed to find a lot of people arguing that they're not going to win in 94, 95. That to me is a dynasty. The Bulls are a true dynasty because 2 times they lost as defending champions. It was the year after Jordan retired. It's the year after the king stepped away. No one ever knocked him off the throne cleanly. The Magic did it, and they deserve credit for it, but it was not Jordan fully back. All right, that's how you can tell my endorphins got released, and I feel a lot better. Today's the epitome of we exercise to feel good, not if we feel good. I really got Frank hooked on that saying and on that logic. I think the reason he's so hooked is he didn't do it for 45 years. Now that he does and he really feels it and he can inspire other people, he's as balled in as you can get. He was pot committed, my friends. Just like I'm committed to pot. Okay. Doing our uphill Maurice Britt March. Shout out to Maurice Britt, World War II legend. Played for the Lions, casually quit, went to the war, and single-handedly took a mountain from the Nazis while going up Sicily. Total badass. Little laughs rain, whispers of the pain, tears and love lost in the days gone by. I love you so, through there is no wall. Together we should go until we die. What's up, Veronica? What's up, Ethan? Hey, Knicks are rolling along a little here. Good to see Cat under the hoop. Stay under the hoop, big man. Use that size. We had Anthony Edwards on one play, just fucking boom! That's what we want to see. Take it to the hoop. Enough with the 40-footers. Ha-ha! Okay. One more minute as we ran solid amount over 2 miles. Inspiration. Shout out Mook, who's currently in Florence, Italy, I think. Hopefully that's not a secret. But I sent that man in a 3-page email of things to do in my home city. And not just the touristy shit. In fact, I don't think I list any touristy shit. One of the keys is getting drunk, not wasted, just tipsy. And at midnight, you should have a rented bicycle and you just take laps around the Duomo. It's all lit up, but it'll be empty. Especially this time of year. Biking around the Duomo, a little tipsy at midnight with your friends. That shit stays in your heart forever. All right, good. Nice, solid. Jog, march here. Jarch. Jog, march. We jarch. Sometimes we arch. All right, let's start our descension. Bring it down to a 7.5. Shout out Mike Landers, RIP, my man. He used to say hafe. 1.5. He used to love gambling with middle school. Played a lot of cards. We used to play a game called 44. Everyone's dealt 4 cards, 4 cards face down, flip them one at a time. We had these insane, nonsensical betting rules. You could see the first card for free, so everyone would see the first card. To stay in was $1, commitment to the pot. But then everyone would have a round of betting. See the next card was $3. See the fourth card was $6 to see it, $10 to stay in. And then you could raise on top from there. Some crazy, crazy numbers. I won't say his name, but one of my buddies once, and we were in like high school, so we're not talking serious money, but when you're in the moment, it's very serious because it's all the money you got. And one of my buddies lost like $200, $300, $400. It's like right after the holidays, he just gotten presents. He also worked. It was like really his money. But he lost it all in 44. A stretch of like 5, 6 hands. And then he punched a hole in his wall. We're like 14, It ain't his wall. His mom gets home. And he told her that I made a joke that he didn't like, so he threw a weight, like an actual dumbbell at me, an 8-pounder, and I dodged it, and that's what hit the wall. Meanwhile, the hole in the wall is literally the exact circumference of Robbie's fist. Oop, that's the same. So his mom just shook her head in disgust. Said something like, "I'm not an idiot." We never got much past her. Old school 44. Funny thing is, all those guys are still best friends with me, but none of them really use the internet. At least not social media. So they'll never see any of this, but if they heard me talking about old school 44, oh boy, would they lose it. Actually, if I start dealing hands to each other, because a lot of them work at Metro North now. Metro North, not New Jersey Transit. Metro North's a good one. Never mix up Metro North with New Jersey Transit. It's like mixing up Alabama with Mississippi State or something crazy. All right, let's go on the cat cows.
And I did wash the machine down there quickly, in case anyone was getting angry or wondering. Yeah, feeling good. We're very sore from the week, but as I try to preach, especially for everybody out there starting out, sore is good. And the further in your fitness journey, the more rare it's going to be. But it's a good thing because it means you actually worked your body into a point of uncomfortability. And that's how you grow, both in the gym and in life. You got to put yourself in uncomfortable positions and persevere and push through them. As fucking corny as it sounds, it's the goddamn truth. Sometimes with some of this stuff, I think people call it corny or whatever as a coping mechanism because they're scared of how true it is. And they don't want to face the simple truth in the face. A lot of times that's what it is, the simplicity. That's why there, a lot of things are called cliches. It's because a lot of people say it over and over. Why do people say it over and over? Two reasons. Simple, concise, easy to remember, and then true. Life is short. Not a cliche. It's just a hard lesson that you learn more and more every passing year. Stop and smell the roses. I think that's more of just literal advice. If you see a rose, you should stop and smell it. I don't know why people overthink that one so much. So what I'm doing now is trying to stretch out my shoulders, my traps a little. I'm going to see if Florida Nightmare is still in the chat. Maybe we do one dead hang today. But again, it's very much a maintenance day. So we're not going to go for an hour and a half or 2 hours. We might even keep today under an hour, which will make people very confused. Great side stretch here with the legs crossed. See all the work I'm getting sitting on my butt. So we're not putting as much pressure on our shoulders with all of the extended plank knee to elbow exercises. We've been doing those on almost a daily basis. It's good to have a day where you do a little bit less of it. Did a little down dog and up dog and shit in the warm up. But we're going to maintain our shoulders a little. We did bench press, I think, every other day for like the last week as well. So we've been putting a lot of work in on the shoulders, getting our David Robinsons up. Now, with that said, I am tempted to do one dead hang. That's just one dead hang. Just one. No one. A lot of days I think I'm not going to do too many sit-ups, but I guess at this point I don't really know what my baseline is anymore. So I don't even know what a lot is. It's all relative to the person. But like going over 200 now, and that's kind of now the new bare minimum. Okay, I always do 100 pre-run. I always do at least 100 post. So now I'm just doing more because who wants to do the bare minimum? But then by that logic, the bare minimum just always steadily increases and you just get crazier and crazier. Frank the Tank Pod today, 10 a.m. Mikey Betts, Frank Fleming, Matt Piper Jenks, Mateo. We're all going to be there. Oh, Florida Nightmare. Dude, you actually watched this whole stream? I think you're a bigger fan of me than my parents. And to be clear, they're big fans. There's no ill will in that statement. It was more just a gesture of gratitude for your loyalty. Okay. All right. Dead hang history. It's extensive. It goes all the way back to Tuesday. I'm really burnt. This is probably a terrible idea, but we're going to try one. 126. I think I've hit literally 3 out of 5 times. The 2 others, just short. And the best one, we're just short of 130. The best one I've done is 141. Now, what I think I need to do is let this spread out. Let my hands spread out just a little bit more. I need to figure out what the best way to position my core is and just let myself very slightly sway, but not over sway. All right. Sorry, I had to go pee real quick. All right, we're gonna go for the best we can do. But the goal is 142. I'm trying to go up from 140. I'm sorry, just want to make sure I got the right song on. I think I got to go with Batista's entrance music. I Walk Alone. The song is 4 minutes long, so I'm going to have no sense of how well I'm doing. It's just not the best. All right, here we go. What's the time? 53:15. That might have been pretty good. I think that was close to 1:40. I think I beat 130 there. Florida Nightmare. I know you're on a delay. 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 This is doing it every day, too. Wow, that was fucking hard. What we got? 43, baby! Woo! New record. New record. New record. New record. That's why we go to the gym every day, motherfuckers. Let's go. more sit-ups. Just like I said, I don't even keep track of these fucking things anymore. Just making a stomach of fucking absolute steel. And we do sit-ups like this. I should start doing these. These are called psychotic sit-ups. The key is you continue to hit yourself so that your muscles have to flex even at those weak moments in your form. Because you have to protect your organs. So you just beat the shit out of your stomach while you're doing the sit-ups. If the gym's overcrowded, great way to make space because this will terrify people around you. But it also builds up the muscle. And yes, it will leave a mark. You see how red that is. But nothing will make them stronger. You'll be able to take a good body shot and fight. Upper abs, lower abs. Look at that. Whew. They have to stay working the whole time if you're hitting them. Come on, bitch. Woo! Now, is it psychotic? Perhaps a little. But you can see how red they are, but also how effective. There you can see it. Woo! 1 minute 43 seconds is pretty fucking good. But those punches got me feeling a little nicey. What's up, Coach Gruden? Where you at, Coach? I know you're up. Somebody quote tweet this at him. Please. Tell Coach Gruden I'm waiting for him. I got that morning energy, Coach. You want a 5 a.m. meeting? I'll see you at 4:15. Slot corner. I'll never forget that the rest of my life. Just watching me and Frank interact for a while. I think he went to lunch with somebody that spoke highly of me. And he came back. And he realized very quickly that Frank's nuts and that I was the guy that was with him every day. He goes, Jenks, come over here. I said, what's up, Coach Gruden? You know where I'd put you? I had no idea what he was talking about. Said, where? What are you talking about? Slot corner. I said, yeah? I didn't quite know where we were going with it. And he proceeded to explain, man, that's a role where you got to be quick, you got to have agility, you got to float around, you got to be able to hit people with precision. It was like yelling in my face by the end of it, which is pretty much how everyone communicates with me in the modern times. But all-time memory. All right, Florida Nightmare, are you there? I do not think I'm going to beat 143, but I'm going to try. 143. I got to write that down just to remember. It says go for it. All right, guys. The only problem is my forearms are completely on fire. different song. So I want to be kind of distracted, confused, not sure what's going on. I need a little bit of a beat to. All right. All right, here we go, guys. Dead hang number 7. I don't think I beat it, but I definitely went for my best. My forearms, baby. $135. All right. Hey, that's 2 130s. We will take it. We didn't really do air squats before, so we're going to close out with some air squats. We did some really funky workouts today, but I am feeling it everywhere, and I'm feeling good after coming in feeling kind of lousy. That's the power of the gym, power of the endorphins. It's not just like a hobby thing or an interest thing. It's actual, as Ron Burgundy would say, it's science. It's science. If you get the endorphins and the blood flowing, and you get more oxygen to your muscles, and you get better circulation, you're going to literally feel better. Mentally, physically, spiritually. And the more stress you're under, which a lot of times means the more excuses you have not to go exercise, all the more important it is to get it done. So no excuses, guys. Let's figure it out. Find a way. Find the time. Make the time. Prioritize it. Couple it with other things if you have to. Minute 43, not bad. Also, a minute 35, like, what was it, 3 minutes after? That's pretty fucking solid considering it was like hardly even a break. My arms are on fire. I mean, we got to do one little pump. One little pump just to close, even though my arms are totally effed. Thank you, Florida Nightmare. MVP of the chat by a mile. Guy literally is on every time, ready to help, ready to timestamp. Also, for anybody watching, if you're ever looking to help out, I'll probably eventually just do this myself, but I'm not the best editor, / I'm very primitive. But I want to start putting out a daily really quick 30-second recap of what my workout was that day. What do you guys think of that idea? So just like quick little cuts between all of the, 6, 7 kind of sections of the workout we're doing. And then people get like a little recap guide of what I did that day. I think that could be interesting, but I might just be full of shit. Woo! All right. Great workout today. Let's see if the abs are still red. Oh, yeah. They are beat to fuck. That was great. Florida Nightmare, you're the best. Hit me up offline. I appreciate that. I think there's a real market here, guys. And the support, the love, the community from Frank Walks, from the unofficial Barstool Fitness people out there, wherever you are in your level, you guys motivate the ever-loving God out of me, and I appreciate the shit out of it. Let's have a big Thursday. Wake up Barstool at 8. Then you're going to see me and my 2 lunatic best friend colleagues, Frank the Tank Fleming and Michele Bellice, a.k.a. Mikey Bets, Mikey Beats, Mikey who knows where he skeets at 10 a.m. Love you guys.